Welcome to this is episode 3 of my Hands in the Sea playthrough, where I picked to play both empires, the Romans and the Carthaginians, in the First Punic War. Welcome back. Yes, previous turn we had the Romans take Syracuse down here. It was the Carthaginian fleet was trying to block, the Roman fleet's come out, and now the Roman fleet is actually stronger than the Carthaginians, but no actual engagements as yet between the two. The Romans are slightly ahead in victory points. Let's get rid of this mini-me, and we will continue. Right, well, it's the Romans to go. And at the present moment, they've got no cards. So I need to draw, because of their now strategy card, their hand is 6, draw 6 cards for them. Let's do that. This will obviously give them more options. Okay, so bringing up the hand. Okay. That might be useful to put into reserve. So, what is the next step? Okay, let's talk a little bit of strategy here. The Romans are ahead on VP. They could force naval engagement, but that is basically you roll d6 for each navy you've got. So the Romans will be rolling 3d6, the Carthaginians 2d6. 5 or 6 is a hit. If you win, I think you force the other person back towards, or it might even be all the way back to the port. So they could engage that, try and conquer. If you remember, one of the victory conditions is if you manage to take all of Sicily, it's an instant win. They have got a foothold over here. They could challenge the Carthaginians, who managed to place a settlement in Olbia. Improve the size of the cities. They've only got 2 cities out at the present moment, so make more cities. Another end of game situations, once all these cities are actually constructed, ends. Well, one side constructs all the cities, it ends the actual game. The person with the most victory points at that point wins. So they're ahead on the victory point. Now we've got to remember this one here, bad omens. Okay, there are no current battles, and take this card. Start your next land battle at -1 strength, or roll 1 less die in your next naval battle. Discard at the end of the next battle or start of the next campaign. So if they don't deal with any battles during this campaign, that will be discarded. So maybe it might be worthwhile to avoid fighting at the present moment. So I'm gonna do a build strategy if I can. Let's have a look again at the cards. Tarentum, so they could improve the size of that. Pisa, improve that, make that into an actual city. Cosa is a little square one, so that can't. Alina, where is Alina? It's down here somewhere. It's green, so it's over here. Oh, it's Alina, Illyria. They could improve that to a city. Let's do Pisa. Okay. So first action, Pisa with a colonialist. Removes that town, makes that into a city. The advantage of the cities is when it's the end of turn, they will gain an extra coin, and so it's one step towards victory, one step closer towards victory. I think the second action, we're going to put that legion in reserve in case the Carthaginians get a bit uppity. We've got some troops to back up. That's their two actions. I won't draw any cards for them at present. I can't see what they got. Right, the Carthaginians. Okay, well, so after that discussion, what are the Carthaginians going to do? They can end the game quicker because they've got less cities, but they're on less victory points at the present moment. So it might be worth them doing an expansionist. Taking, I mean, they've got Agrentum here. Also, they need to keep matching the Romans on fleets. However, they do have this card here. Take the top 3 cards from your draw deck. This is a free action, so this costs them nothing. So let's do that. They play that, and they draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3 cards. Okay, let's see what they've actually got here. So they've got the colonists, which is useful. We could, the colonists in Utica, we can rebuild that town back up to a city after the epidemic it suffered in the end of the first turn. Let's do that now, yes. I remember when I play cards, play them with the actual box not over the map because they don't like it. Those 2 there, we replace Utica with the city. So effectively matching Rome there. And I think they need to match them the other citizen, colonist, colonialist, and spend 3 gold to boost their navy. Up to 3. Okay. So the Romans, if they want to fight a naval battle, will be on parity of dice, but they're taking -1 down there. All right, that's their 2 actions. I won't draw any more cards from at the present. Right, back to Rome. Rome. All right, let's draw their 3 cards. Oh, nearly did it. Okay, fill their hand back up. Right, let's see what they've got here. We haven't got Athena. We could get to this city here. Doesn't need a colonist, just needs a way to get there. All right, let's expand then. Where are those? All right, so Athena, there's a land route to Tardis, Tyndaris. Okay, I need to have a land transport. Do that there, allows the Romans to place a town there. First action. Second action. I haven't got much money, so we will actually cash that one in for three 3 gold. Keep saying gold. SPs. Whatever the money is that the game is using. Okay. Back to the Carthaginians. Okay, well, we can put nearly. Why is that now allowing me to move them on there? What is it if I try to interact between the two? Could be, couldn't it? Okay. Right. So they need one more card. We've got 5 cards. Okay. Again, I think they need to start showing some dominance somewhere. They've got the seamanship. So I'm going to move their fleet to block over here. And using the strategy card, pay 1 silver to move it 2 spaces. 1, 2. So they've now cut the supply from Rome to Illyria. The next thing is they need some cash. Or do they? I think they need to buy some troops. What's in the neutral empires here? Let's see what they've got here. There's Tyrenes, which is useful. Cretan archers. Right. Let's put Greek mercenaries. How much are Greek mercenaries? 6. They can't afford those. Disadvantage of mercenaries is obviously they can be bribed. Tyrenes. There's extra ship, and it also blocks pillage attempts. Maybe. Cretan archers. Oh, they cost 4. What can they do? That's all. May block a raid. Counts as a cavalry strength point when calculating cavalry superiority. Yes, we haven't even gone into cavalry superiorities or anything like that. Because we haven't fought a battle. So I think Cleric Slingers. Counts as a cavalry strength point. Got a sword, only costs 2. Yeah, let's buy some troops. Don't need any. Yeah, that's going to cost 2. Put it in the discard pile. Okay. That's their 2 actions. Didn't play a card. Back to Rome. Got 3 cards, so they need another 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Carry on with the expansion here. Well, we've got to worry about this fleet, but go for that fleet. We're down a dice. I mean, there's one way to counter going down the dice. Buy another fleet. Then it's even Stevens. Or we could just carry on expanding the empire. I think we'll do that. Syracuse. With the colonialists, changes that. Into a city. Oops, we'll put those in the Carthaginian. Second action. Okay, so they want an arms race, do they? They will also buy their senatorial support card. Ooh, support card, which is the same, allows them to have 3 extra cards in their hand. At a cost of 5. Carthaginians are still on 5 cards. Okay. Polaris. Let's try and get some more victory points on the board. So they can go from, well, they can make Caleres into a city. Or they can expand from Caleres to any one of these 2 towns. Keeping the colonists. I think we'll do that. Caleres. Now, as this here to Noro is an overland route, it requires 2 wagons. I think they'll play 2 wagons, as they've got them, to place a town. Oops. Down there. That's first action. Second action. Well, the Romans can't do anything until they deal with that fleet. Okay. This is a free card, which is an action. You collect more silver, draw 2 cards and silver, or retrieve all your cards from your reserve. Let's buy that. Well, say buy, it's free, but that's an action. All right, so that's their 2 actions done. Back to the Romans. They've got 4 cards, so they've got need to draw 2. There's the draw deck. Shuffle, shuffle. 1, 2. I forgot to get the Neuro card out. Put that into Carthaginian hand. Romans will continue with their policy of avoiding battle, so they don't have to face this bad omens. Let's see if we can carry on their expansion. Now, did I actually put that card, Tandaris, into their deck? I bet I didn't. No, I didn't. That should actually be in there, and I'll reshuffle. Yeah, got to remember to do that because without that they've got no further expansion. Let's see what cards they've actually got. So they could do a ship and get, yeah, let's do that. Let's do the trader. So playing that ship with 3 money from Rome. and 2 money from Regaum gives them 5 more coins. And now with, so as the Romans' second action, well, let's do something we haven't tried yet. We're going to try and pillage with the Roman fleet here against the Carthaginians. Let's have a look at what pillage says under here. Pillage. Where's pillage? Pillage. Play any card with a ship symbol. Well, we'll stop right there because they haven't got a card with a ship symbol. Okay. Well, let's carry on, but we're not going to obviously do it now. To raid a coastal city in the same sea zone as your fleet. Raid an adjacent sea zone by paying additional. So, right, you may not raid a coastal city if it's fortified, or if your opponent has a fleet in the sea zone. You may only pillage once per round. If successful, take silver from your opponent equal to half your fleet. Pillage can be blocked by the location card, the player's attempted pillage, a fortification, or the Tyrenes card. So, as an example, but we can't do it because we haven't got any ship cards in our remaining cards. No ships down in this area. But we could declare, for example, Lilybaeum, as it's not fortified, and then Carthaginian player would then check to see if they had a Lilybaeum in the hand, they could use it to discard it to stop the pillage. If the pillage is successful, the pillage rating goes up by 1. And as the Romans have got 3 ships, it would cost the Carthaginians a coin, which goes to the Romans. Okay, so, but we can't do that. No. Let's see what. Can't really expand anywhere there. So let's have a look at other cards. What's Oxini? That looks like some form of light infantry. Yeah. What does the console do? Free action in land combat. Okay, so you could just add him to a land combat. Yeah, we don't. The allied infantry. That's not bad. Dictator. Costly. Cavalry. Yes, I think that might be the one. Let's buy some cavalry. Cost of 4. Right. And that's their 2 actions. All right, so back to the Carthaginians. You now need to draw 3 cards. Okay, so the Romans are not coming for them. So maybe it's their time to raid. Pillage. But they don't have a fleet. Typical. Want to discuss pillaging? Want to discuss pillaging? Neither faction have any ships. Okay. What actually they got here? Panoramas. Yeah, let's make that into a city. It's interesting, it doesn't actually have a town on it. No town symbol there. Should be. That's probably me not setting up correctly. There we go. It's got a city now. We definitely start with a card because you can see it's a start card. Start card. Ooh. Okay. First action. Second action. Definitely lacking gold. So let's just trade that in for 2 gold. Whoops. Back to the Romans. Romans got 3 cards, so they need to draw 3. Still no ships, so still no pillage. Right. But the one from here has now come out, Tandaris. And so is their senatorial support. Okay. Well, let's use that first. It's a free action. Allows them to draw 3 more cards. 1, 2. Will a ship come out so I can show pillaging? Yay! It does. There it is. All right. So let's do a bit of a pillage. Okay. And as we know, the Carthaginians have just played Panoramas because they just upgrade that place. We know they're not going to have that in their hand. So, cruel, yes. In fact, I just thought of something else they could do first. Right. So, let's play colonist and 3 coin. Increase the fleet warships to 4. That's first action. Second action, pillage Panoramas. Which, all right, the Carthaginians only got 2 cards, so now I need to draw the other 3. 1, 2, 3. But Panoramas was played just prior to that, so they've got no answer to the actual raid. They've got no other cards at present, which will be a Tyremes or a fortification, with no signs of purchases yet. So they've got nothing that can block that. So that costs them 2 gold because the Romans craftily built their fleet up. And the Romans, or is it the Carthaginian? Yeah, that goes up by 1. That goes up by 1. In successful pillage, when it gets to there, it's -3 victory point, minus a victory point for the Carthaginians. When it gets to there, it's -2, another victory point. When it gets to there, -3 victory points, and then it resets. So, yeah. So that's first action. It's a pillage because of playing the card was a free action. Playing the magisterial was a free action. I just want to check something on the pillage. Yeah, just checking to make sure I did everything right with the pillage. It seems to be. That's what you do. You play a card with a ship on it, choose a location that you're going to raid, ask your opponent if they've got card. They might have the card and they'll want to pay it, and then you subtract from their money half your ships. I was checking to see if you couldn't pillage after just buying as the first action, just buying a ship, but it didn't seem to say anything about that. You just can't go. So it seems to can't go straight into battle after buying some more ships. Okay, so second action for the Romans. They still got that Tyrannus there. So they could go from here and take that one. So let's do that. The land route. And we just therefore need a wagon. Which is the best way? Yeah, let's play this. There's a wagon, which allows them to place a city, sorry, a town just there. Right, that's second action. Complete. Right. So to the Carthaginians, they've got 5 cards. We know that when they've got to draw, it'll be the end of this turn. Okay. Well, let's boost the cash flow. We can discard this with the 2 grapes to get 4 coin. And then actually discard this one just by itself to get another 4. I can see money going to become quite useful, important. Right, so then at the end, they draw this card, which ends the turn. So we go through the end of turn sequence, which is, right, so the first thing, set aside all the cards, so you will set the draw deck, shuffle them all. Okay, and bring back their hand. We try not to look at what they get in. We know Rome's going to be next. Right. Draw and resolve random event. Piece. It's turn 9 or later. Roll a die. Well, it's not, it's only turn 3. Well, 1 to 3, the game ends immediately. 4 to 6 is no effect. If it's turn 8 or earlier, then draw another event card and reshuffle after resolving that event. Oh, that's interesting. Storms at sea. 1 to 2, Carthage. 3 to 6, Rome. Right, let's bring up the dice. Carthage. I think they ignore storms at sea. Storms at sea ignore this event. Okay. Reshuffle. Done. That was the random events. Next up, collect income and VP. Right, so you get, each faction gets 1 coin for each city. So the Romans got 1, 2, 3, 4 cities. Carthaginians have got 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. Okay, VP. All right, so the Romans, 2 plus 3 is 5, 6, 7. That takes it to 14. Carthaginians, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Draw new strategy cards. This one gets discarded. These move up. And there's a new one. So, advanced turn marker. So we're just about to go to turn 4. Okay. That was the end of turn sequence. So, Rome with a slight lead in victory points. Neither faction really gaining an advantage as yet. Oh, Romans can now discard. I should have put that back into the events there. Shuffle. They're no longer hindered by that random event. I think the Roman hand size is definitely useful. But then again, the strategy card that the Carthaginians had just saved their fleet, taking any damage. So both are working out. The other strategy cards that are available. Remember, if you want one of these, they've got to discard what they've got. So rolling 2 extra dice in naval combat, is that better than seamanship? Swings and roundabouts, could be. Siege warfare. I bought that card in my previous live game with my opponent. Didn't really get to it. Got to read it carefully. So all land battles in fortified areas. Well, there's no fortified areas. So if someone starts building fortified areas, then it becomes useful. Yeah. Should have read the fortified areas. But anyway. Diplomacy. Now this one I have seen before used. Your opponent must pay 2 silver to the bank when attacking, raiding, or pillaging a location you control. So, if the Romans start, carry on the pillaging, Carthaginians could buy this card, and that makes pillaging not really paying for itself, is it? You've got to pay 2 silver to get 2 silver, but you're taking money off the other empire, so still maybe. Carthaginians only need to build 4 more cities to end the game. They could build a city in Argentum, Corrales, that's 2. They need 2 other city building sites. Illyria 1, maybe Syracuse, but they'd have to actually attack Syracuse. So, yeah, a little bit tricky for them to end the game. Yeah, they've got. Oh, and Hippocrea. So they've got one in their own area. So they actually know. So, yes, they've got 1, 2, 3 places they can build. You only need either Illyria or Syracuse. Can't see anything going into the Italian homeland, so to end the game. Anyway, that's all for moving on into turn 4. If you like what you're watching, please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Again, any comments, much appreciated. If you see I've been doing something wrong, thinking that my strategies for both sides are a bit too cautious, maybe that's what happens when you're playing both hands. You don't seize the initiative, but I'll discuss what I've been doing. But if you think I could have done better or something different, let me know in the comment section. Until next time.